Hello. How's it going? Roger Clemens time, baby. Maybe. How are you, Quiggy? Where is my coaster? Mac, hello. Is this the end of Roger Clemens, or is this just another night of me losing on the same matches over and over and over? We will find out. Let's start the timer before I forget. Nearly did forget. Let's just get in to it. 40 hours. I believe that was correct. Now I'm doubting myself. Did I do that timer correctly? Well, let me see a second. I'm just now doubting, was it 40 or 41? What was yesterday's VOD? 40, that's fine. Okay. Either way, too many, too long. Hey J Bear. How do you say your name? I always wonder, I know it's like, I read it and I'm like, it's not J, but J just comes out naturally. J Bear? J Bear? The J Bear Gaming. How are you today? J Bear? J Bear? Is that the right way? The ladder one? There we go. J Bear. Fishy Ash, how are you? I feel like this cable feels off today. I don't know why. Was it always on the left? Or do I have my headset on backwards? I guess that's right. Just feels weird. All of a sudden, the cable feels strange. Like it got shorter and I didn't notice. Just waking up, and you chose to come here. God bless you. Right. Oh, the controller's not even working now. It's the curse. The curse of Clemens continues. There we are. Who are we doing? Toronto. We need to win this game. This game needs to be won. But yeah, that was creepy. I put my music on shuffle for the going live part of the stream. Near the obligatory starting soon screen. I'm not even bothering with this. And it played a Sonic Ice Cap Zone. Bearing in mind in my playlist, like I've got like, I don't know, that's part of like 150 songs, 200 songs. And it chose that one. And I've literally just been watching someone streaming. Well, not someone. I've been watching Big Tall streaming Sonic all evening. That's why I'm late myself, but I had to pull myself away, and they were on the Ice Cake Zone, and I was like, oh, I love that music, and then there you go, it came on. Isn't that amazing? Amazing. And now we get to listen to this. Oh, do I need to turn the volume up? Was that a thing from last night? No, I don't. Oh my gosh. It's already on like 200%. Insane. Okay. Yeah, I ended up watching a lot of Sonic today. I've had such a slobby, lazy day. I do encourage those from time to time. I've just spent the entire day watching Twitch, slobbing about, doing nothing. I don't even remember most of the day. I think I woke up at like 3 because I got to bed at 7 in the morning last night. Perhaps not healthy. Oh, and we're off already. What can you do? Can't be asked to change the lineup, to be honest. Sometimes I wonder if it's even a good idea, like having a starting soon screen is even necessary, but for me I feel like it is. I think I quite like what Mr. Steve J does, where he's just sitting there waiting for the timer to go away. It's quite funny. For me it's a little bit essential though. It's literally like, I'm not ready, I'm not sitting here just like trying to build up tension. If I don't hit go live, I'll procrastinate and procrastinate and procrastinate. Like once I hit live, it makes me have to like get my arse into gear, if that makes sense. So I will usually like hit go live. I will usually boil the kettle first, but I'll hit go live, I'll make my coffee. I always like to brush my teeth, I don't know why. I just always brush my teeth. Actually the same way, yeah. I'll brush my teeth. Perhaps nips the loo one more time or something, I don't know. It's like I'm about to go out, almost, out the door. And then I'll sit down. That's why I'm sometimes late, because I'm not ready. I'll sit down, get my headset. Usually I realise the wires are tangled, I'll try and undo them. So otherwise, I'm just sitting like, I've been sitting here for the last like 30 minutes, like, oh, I'll go live in a minute, I'll go live in a minute. But then I send that extra message, or send that other message, or I want to check this thing. Oh, I'll do that. Oh, hang on a minute, maybe I'll do the dishes. And then another hour's gone by, and it's like, I meant to go live an hour ago, and I haven't. So sometimes I'm just like, I'll just fucking click it. Just click it and go. Because once you've clicked it, like, you can't take it back, so that message has to now wait. Oh, we're out already. So that's sort of more why I have it, and I like to just listen to the jams for a few minutes as well. But yeah, that's really it. I'd like to say I'm sitting here like, I usually take my phone with me as well. So like I can see Quiggy saying, Roger Clemens time, baby, and I'm like in the kitchen, stirring my coffee. Don't mind me, I'm just here for the hot jams. I'm very sorry, but you'll have to try out the other window, ma'am. How are you, Miss Bap? Sorry, Maribel, our jams are in another baseball game. Basically. Really, what is going on with this cable? It feels bizarrely shorter than usual. I'm just going to see if I can move the capture card. This could be a disaster. Ooh. Or did the sofa move further away? I don't even know. Oh, I was supposed to be batting. Whoops. Oh well. I'm sure it wouldn't have made any difference. What do you do, Barleybat, in your starting soon screen? What's going on behind the scenes? Are you just sitting there staring at the screen going, or are you actually doing something? Clemens shortens all things, cables, lifespans. Stop. It's not even untrue. It's foul is what it is. You cheeky. Look at him run him. Shilling a bit to get a drink and using the bathroom stuff. Yeah, I'm usually just faffing about. Oh. I think the thing that's going on is I keep feeling like I just keep hitting the cord with my hand, which is not something that I'm usually doing on Twitch. Just feels like it's getting in the way tonight. Watching some football. You're both green. I read that as Barley Bab. I was thought shilling. Was just watching some football. Thought I'd follow it with some baseball. Well, in theory, if I actually finish this tonight, I did actually get some other games ready in advance. Some previous games that I've already beaten, but just some of the, like, Marvel Land last night. Just some other little platformers to doss about and play for a bit. I may have snuck Air of the Acrobat on there. When you don't PC, the PC has my attention. Oh no, I mean when you're. We were just talking about starting soon screens when you hit go live. I was wondering, what do you do? Because you have a starting soon screen. Because you know, there's some people that say like, why do you need one? When you hit live, you should just be going, you know. But I said I do it because otherwise I'd just procrastinate for hours and hours and hours, which I do anyway. Like, I technically meant to go live with this 2-3 hours ago, but whoops, I got busy watching Sonic. Shilling. Getting tea. Yeah, I'm usually making a coffee as well. Needs to be warm. Do 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 do. To be honest, I also just want the excuse to listen to some hot jams. Whoops. Speaking of hot jams, I was I've still been playing your Mega Drive songs. I was playing your version of Curse the other day, and Quiggy was here and was just like, oh, like this is a jam. And then I changed the screen and started playing, and he was like, and as soon as I said it, it finished. So I was like, oh, that was a little ditty that Barley Bat did. The Stage 5 Curse music. Any problems? I wish I was that technical. Usually I'm literally turning live and people are like, it's too loud or whatever. I've not even turned the microphone on. It lives on, it's good. It's in my playlist, it comes on a couple of times. I hope you don't mind. I mean, I asked you before and you didn't mind. I assume you still don't. I actually listen to that one quite a lot in my spare time. It's such a good song. I mean, I have them in a playlist anyway, but that one I will actually just go out my way to search for it and boot it up. Yes! 200 of them are me! No. Probably about 40 or 50 are though. Maybe more, because every time it comes up in the playlist, I guess that counts. Bum 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 bum. How's everybody's Sunday? I made a Mega Drive game, but making it from scratch is so much work. I was like, oh yeah, I just don't have the talent. I wish I could make Mega Drive music as well, but I don't know. In a past life, if I could do anything, I would love to live in the early 90s and be a chiptune music person, but then again, the pay was probably crap, so maybe I wouldn't love it. I just wish I worked in the industry. That's sort of a regret in life of mine. I wish I just contributed somehow to something. I don't really know what it is, but that's why I sort of wanted to do translation, but I've kind of given up on that ever being a thing. Into games again. You should, retro's fun. Retro's easy as well though, like it's so easy going and the people in retro are amazing. That's one of the perks I think of playing retro, is just meeting people in the retro category. I'm sure that other communities are similar, but I particularly like people in retro. Back in time I composed Fantasia. One does not compose Fantasia. Fantasia just happens. It could be my part. But you should, absolutely. Just find a couple of games that you enjoy and just play them. Kind of ramps up with first place weekend. It only sounds good in-game though, that's the thing. It doesn't sound good on a YouTube playlist. You have to have the audio being overwritten by the sound effects to make it truly pop. Vroom, 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 vroom. Do, 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 do. What do you mean out? Oh, I suppose it was, wasn't it? I wasn't really paying attention to the rules. Oh, I should have booted up Fantasia. I didn't think to load that one because it's shit. Oh, I should have put Fantasia on tonight for a giggle. So I mean, I could set it up. I just can't be asked. Right at home. Yeah. Problem with indie though, I would say, like what Twitch should do, maybe they do it, they should make an indie category. I was thinking this about sports, I had this thought while playing this, like jokes aside, people like watching retro sports games. There are people that enjoy watching retro sports games. There are people who enjoy playing them as well. So I kind of think like there should just be a category for retro sports. Like, people have huge nostalgia for these games, it's no laughing matter. I think it's almost disrespectful. I think sometimes, like I've been guilty of it in the past too, but as I've been playing some of these games, and I've been starting to watch more YouTube videos about Mega Drive era sports games, and there's so much passion on YouTube for these games that we kind of like laugh at. I mean, not this one because it's shit, but other ones. I'm sure there's somebody that likes this one, but other sports games, there's a strong amount of nostalgia, and I think especially because of the multiplayer element to it, people have very strong especially like memories with their dad or something like that, or their siblings or their friends. There's a lot of stuff. I think G to the Next Level's talked a lot. I hear it coming through G, to be honest. He talks about playing Arnold Palmer's golf with his dad and things like that, and so it's just like to just dismiss them as like redundant, dated games, I think it does a disservice in some ways. Like some of them, they have good graphics, they have good music, they have sometimes good gameplay. Not this one, but yeah. I mean, even Welcome Italia 90, that's nostalgic for me. It reminds me staying up late, being over at my brother's friends for some reason because he was taking care of me that evening, and being allowed to stay up late and watching them playing Welcome Italia 90 and drinking loads of like pop. You know, and just being like, woo! So I was like 6 or something. It's a good time. I mean, the game's terrible, but the memories are good. So I'm struggling because you're both green tonight. All sorts except sports and strategy games. Total garbage at those. You get better though. I'm garbage at sports games, and here we are. Enjoyed watching me play NHL. I need to play it again. A lot of memories with my big brother. Yeah, that was the one. I think NHL blah blah blah. NHL PA hockey was the last game that I dabbled on before I decided to pay the sports games their dues properly. There's lots of loaded. Adventures in the Magic Kingdom, what's that? Is that the NES game? That's like all over Disneyland, the levels. Oh, 90s indie scene. Or do you mean 90 games? I'm confused. Oops. Oh, go back. He's catching that. But yeah, so back to my point. I think, wouldn't it be nice if Twitch just made a category specifically for retro games, like all this era of retro sports games? And then people can just flick between them, like, oh, I fancy watching some retro baseball, I want to watch someone playing some retro sports, I want to watch someone playing some retro American football, you know, and some of them, like, probably not me because I'm getting really leery about this game, but some people will probably just play it, like, very calmly and casually, not in a kind of console library playthrough. So it's something that you could just put on as background, like whatever, and get into it. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it would be boring, but I think it would be a nice idea. And then you could obviously have a category for indie. I feel like Twitch really fluffed it with the tags when they changed how tags were. I feel like tags are basically useless now because they have to be spelt correctly to have any effect, and any variation or extra letters doesn't work for the filter now. I mean, the biggest example is LGBT. Is it LGB or LGBT, LGBT plus, LGBTQ plus? You know, and every single variation will only work for that filter. Whereas, you know, before, like, yeah, you can have people that complain that they haven't worded it correctly, but the idea was there, you know. When you could tag anything, exactly. That's how I feel. I use tags at this point pretty much just as a description rather than something to be searchable. I keep retro on there because it's sort of searchable, but mostly I think they ruined tags when they made them for everything. And they just introduced console tags as well, and it was finally becoming interesting. See, I've always thought that console categories would be interesting too. Like, if you just had a Mega Drive category and then you could just see everybody who's playing Mega Drive games in a category. I mean, yeah, people are gonna exploit shit, but whatever, you just ignore those people. I've also thought that dual categories should be a thing when it comes to things like retro. I feel like you should be allowed, I should be allowed to stream in both Roger Clemens MVP Baseball and retro at the same time, because I want to catch those 32 people that perhaps really like Roger. Well, maybe I don't, because I'll upset them because I don't like this game, but let's say it was a different game. I want to catch those people that enjoy this game, because then they can kind of like share their wisdom and their story about it. I want to hear those experiences. I want to know who played this game. The only person I know that's played this is Barface, and he only like rented it for a weekend or something, but it was still just nice to hear. But retro and game name would go a long way, because you just have to stream in retro. If I stream in Roger Clemens, unless I'm on your recommended list, I'm not showing up, so what's the point? There's no discovery. And, you know, I can pretend that I'm modest and like, oh, I don't care about... I mean, who doesn't care about discovery? I wouldn't stream if I did, like, with the act of not wanting to be discovered, you know? I could just go offline and then I won't be found by anybody, you know? Gotta love the algorithm. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like hunting everywhere. I don't want to plaster myself like I'm not all over Reddit like, please watch my stream, but like I'm streaming this, I'm here, drop on in, you know. But if I'm in Roger Clemens' category, it's not going to be a thing, is it? So I stick myself in retro, but I don't really want to be in retro either because I'm just a baseball game in retro at this point. I'd rather play Roger Clemens. I was going PC, I was going to Loop Hero. Playing through the games I don't beat as a kid. That's been fun for me though, like revisiting games I couldn't beat. How are you, by the way, G? I was literally just talking about you. Did your ears prick up? I was just saying about how a lot of these sports games, people have... we shouldn't be rude to dismiss them so easily. Like, people have a lot of nostalgia about them. And I was saying, like, I've heard you talk a lot about playing Arnold Palmer with your dad. And just that sort of stuff is nice to hear. They're about to fucking Grand Slam. Oh, God. I could feel it. Got your coffee. Oh, I need mine. Where is mine? It's kind of tough, really. Most retro game catchers tend to be used for speedrunning. Well, that's the... I find, actually, like, when people aren't in retro, when they're in the actual game category itself, that's when I find that they're just speedrunners. Because I follow all randomizers. Not people just playing. Because I follow stuff like Illusion of Gaia. Every time someone's streaming Illusion of Gaia, it's just somebody doing a randomizer. Like, no offense to randomizers, but it's not my jam to watch. I want to watch someone playing the actual game itself. Or a speedrunner. I'm not really super interested in watching speedruns live. I know that there are people who are, but I prefer to sort of just watch them when they're over. Like the best run. I mean, why don't we have a speedrunning... Or maybe we do. Is there a speedrunning category on Twitch? If not, why not? Retro speedrunning. Make it a thing. Retro sports games, retro speedrunning, retro challenge runs, like, you know, no deaths or 1cc's. There is a shooter category, but I only just found it like this week, but there is a shooting category which I've just followed, which is kind of interesting. Oh, honestly. Ninja Gaiden. I've never played that one. Retro sports games. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Wouldn't you, like, would you not be interested maybe sometimes to just follow the retro sports category and just like now and then just drop in to listen to one as background noise or something? I think there might be people who would. I think it depends, though. I think it depends on how you approach it. Like, I've found... I'm just replying to your comment right now, G. I didn't realise I didn't read it out loud, but... do you think people might tune out? I wouldn't say that they necessarily would. I think people are there to hear you. I'd be there to hear you. I'm not going to tune out just because, like, I was quite happy to watch you play Arnold Palmer. Golf's an easier one to do, though. But, I don't know. I think if you have people that just enjoy your company, then they're going to kind of be there regardless. So, obviously not everybody. You might get, like, just the lurker people. But sometimes it might have just been the day it was. Because I found, like, I've streamed this, like... I've had good days of Roger Clemens and bad days of Roger Clemens. I mean, the other day, I think there was, like, an hour went by and felt like nobody was here at all, but... I've had that also happen with, like... I don't even know, like a really considerably good game. Golf, tennis, motorsports are my jam regarding sports games. Yeah, I need to do a golf one, I mean a tennis one. I mean, I don't know. You're here right now. This is a sports game. Did you know? I'm sorry. Oh, so I got this game though, so it's extra gripping. Exactly! Like, I would be down to watch you play this for a bit. Like, I don't know if... I know that you're not going to commit to like an entire league of it though, so there's less investment to watch you play hours and hours and hours of it. But I'd be down to watch you dabble on a bit of Roger Clemens. Play a couple of matches or something. Talk about it. Obviously, a league wouldn't work with your format. Steve Reich. Oh, sorry, you said I made a whole saga of it? I thought you meant you have, because you've been bad-mouthing it. You're really intrigued to see what will happen when you get to King Salmon. Yeah, well that's the thing. I think, as well, you have to sometimes, like, there's hours when I'm playing this where it's not even about this. We're just the other week, like last week, we had some great conversations about music and stuff while I'm just playing this. The game was just on autopilot at that point. Just going through the motions of trying to get through the damn thing. I mean, I'm doing it right now, to be honest. I'm not particularly paying a great deal of attention to the game right now. I will be in a 2 hours time if I'm starting to feel like I'm still not winning. But at the moment, I'm just... River King and Sega Bass. I haven't done any fishing games yet. There's only... I think... How many are there, G? There's like 3? 2 or 3 or something? 4, maybe? So the racing games, I find my favourite sports games to be surrogates of other game genres. I really want to get that golf... RPG that they did. Is it called Golf? I think it's just called Golf RPG. And I keep forgetting about it. I wishlisted it and then forgot about it. Collect sign card to ruin the sports games, so even just on the entertainment side palms them off. Like they don't matter. PC Engine that's fun and silly. See, things like that would be fun. But so was Super Hang-On was quite fun because it had that RPG-esqueness to it. Oh my god, just let me score a point. Now I'm getting annoyed. Super Hang-On. Career mode took a while. Make any sports can go with a good career mode. Yeah, thank god this doesn't have one. Super Monaco GP. See, what was it? Wimbledon has got a career mode, and I didn't play it when we dabbled on it. That's why I'm gonna go back and do it. You get like game over and stuff, like you run out if you have no money, I think, or something. Yeah, that one locked me was about 9. Which? Wimbledon? I have a confession. Crappity crap. They're gonna sneak in a run. I can feel it. Did I even change my picture? No. Oh my god. No! I didn't mean to press that. I'm trying to cancel the bloody thing. You're gonna give this game the time it deserves. What? 5 seconds? So, I have a confession. I bought a Chemco collection game again today. I bought Volume 8. So I now have 3 Chemco RPG collections. It's a problem. It was cheap. Don't judge me. There's so many. I bought the one, it was Volume 8, and it has some of the ones that are considered the best on it, so I have a Chemco problem. Nearly didn't even hit that. Come on, Wadner. Stop changing your picture, you arse. Oh. Do, 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 do. Oh, please! God, let me score a fucking point. You bitch. Oh. The shenanigans start this early. 12th inning winning with a home run. Scum. Scum. Oh god, can I get my, like, what, 30 minutes back from this game? Wretched. Absolutely wretched. Urgh. Exact same out. That's how it goes. Off we go again. Every title is a game of streaming before. Oh, today's Gemfire Day, isn't it? Today is Gemfire Day, G. Join us in following G to the next level on this blessed Gemfire Day. Should tell Doan. She'll be buzzing. She'll probably be in bed, to be fair, at the hours that you stream. The UK's asleep then, pretty much. Do, 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 do. Get a cheeky Janogue in there. Nah, he'll be waiting for W for that. Wings of what? I'll have the manual scan with me. You need to read it now! Read it while you're here. Go read it. I won't be mad. Just pretend you're listening. So wait until W. The game that you asked me to say with Wizardry. But live. Well, don't tell me too much because I think I'm going to actually play that one day. I might even stream it if I get the Saturn collection. If I ever decide I can afford it. I saw a copy of it listed today actually, but it was by a shop rather than a seller. It was like 12,000 yen. I was just like, yeah, no. 12,000 yen is a little bit much for Wizardry. I wasn't even sure it was a nice copy as well, so... I think it's about 10,000 these days. I'm going to have to get over it and just whatever, but 12,000, I'm not quite there yet. Get a good deal for it. I would like to play it, I really would. But I'd really like to play it on the Saturn, not the Super Nintendo. I don't know how streamable it would be though. I mean, I literally hear myself talking right now, like sitting here playing 41.5 hours of Roger Clemens baseball, and I'm worried that Wizardry might be a bit dull. The mindset you're probably going to get destroyed more than once. I think that's more the drama about streaming it, to be honest, than the pacing of it is. Like when you're streaming, you don't think in the same way always, and you feel a bit more like I'd probably take a breather to maybe look up stuff about stats in the middle of it or something, you know, and read something. Or like probably get a map. Surprised there's no Wizardry on the Mega Drive, you know. Seeing how popular the series is, I'm surprised that Japan didn't do a Mega Drive version. This is not in December Redemption. You love Gyres. I haven't played that properly yet. I've just heard about its difficulty. I've heard, I think, isn't some of the problem with it that it's just long? It's a slog, but that's Janogue's problem as well. Janogue. I still don't like calling it Janogue. Janogue. Gynog. Bloody Gynog. Messes me up good. I think I've only played 2 minutes of it. Is that the one where you steal people's powers? And it's like, it's a cool concept, but at the end of the day there's only really one choice, is what I've heard. And it's like the laser or something. Yeah, I've never really played Game Ground. It's always on compilations. I don't really understand the Game Ground. To play Mega Drive on the bus. Ooh. Oh, Sloan. Ah. Bunt, bunt, bunt. Oh, look at him, little shit. Japanese castles like Legend of Valkyrie, that is legendarily there. Tao Druaga, yeah. I was looking at the remake of that on PS2 at one point. There's also Hydelide. Like, Japan raves about Hydelide as well, and nobody else seems to get it. Sorcerian is a huge one too. Sorcerian, Hydelide, Wizardry. It's bizarre, but I feel like in those cases, like the Hydelide, Sorcerian people, those are like the very quiet people that you don't really hear about. Like those are the real, like the us of Japan, I would say, like the people that are really into their games. But there's lots of them, but they're just not very loud. They're the people that you'll find on Twitter, and you know when you're googling stuff in Japanese, that's when you'll come across all these absolute nut jobs for Sorcerian. But you won't hear it in like Wikipedia, in like Western Wikipedia and things like that, but you'll just come across it, like everybody raves about Hydelide. I mean, you can sort of infer it from the fact that it's had many sequels, but... Because like even that podcast person that I listen to, loves Sorcerian. I've seen quite a few retro Japanese streamers are streaming Sorcerian and things like that. Seems a popular one, and I had no idea. It's also strange because I think it's often the Mega Drive version of Sorcerian is quite popular. I just thought it was like a backhanded port, but I mean, isn't that the one that Yuzo Koshiro worked on as well? Super Hydelide again. I'm looking forward to playing Super Hydelide. I've never. Well, I don't know if I've played it. I feel like I'm gonna get a memory trip when I do, because I'm pretty sure that my friend had it, but I don't remember how much of it I got to play. I remember not liking it though. I didn't like a lot of his games, to be fair. Chrono Gear already redeemed Hydelide, really. I'll probably play it in the new year. But yeah, the cover art for the... is it all versions have the same one? Super Hydelide is bump combat. I can't remember if the Mega Drive version does. Some versions, like some entries of Hydelide do. Don't remember if Mega Drive is or you have to press a button. I think you have to walk up and press a button. Might be wrong. But it's still like a bit weird. I can't remember now. I feel like it's almost like Fatal Labyrinth. Like you know, like a rogue game where you kind of walk into them and the computer just decides. Maybe G will answer. It's like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have it ready to go at some point. I haven't taken the time to do the manual and stuff yet. And like I said, I've always sort of been trying to spread out those RPGs. Because the manual was quite big. I read like some of it, and then I just started playing something else, I think, instead, like Flicky or I don't know. Not Fatal Labyrinth, Super Hydelide. We were talking about the combat, and I said I couldn't remember what it was like. Like, is it bump system or not? And I said, is it not just like a roguelike like Fatal Labyrinth where you walk into enemies? And I don't know. I can't remember. And I said you'd probably know. Bump system. Oh, I like ease. Maybe that's why it's jank then, because sometimes people just don't like the bump system, and therefore it's jank, you know? I love how that shitty ass hit gets me to first base. That's a terrible hit. A really, really rubbish hit. Barely hit the bat. It kind of just flicked off it. But the AI is just like, oh. I love E's bump. Do you know that out there where he's getting me at first base, the first person? Do you know how hard, because the computer makes you run automatically sometimes. I'm trying as fast as I can to make him go back to first base because I know it's been caught, and he always gets out. I can't get him back fast enough. It's bullshit. So you always end up with a double play. Surprisingly fun, easy works better than you think. I think the PC Engine version of E's bumping works better than the remakes. I think that you need this sort of like square sprites. Looks like a much better game though. It is. Highlight's older though, I think, isn't it? The original. Highlight's really old. I think Highlight's older than E's. Highlight's very, kind of... I would say it's kind of influential. The very original one. Very old PC sort of game. I think like 85 or something. I want to say. Yeah, the free movement is a bit... I think the bosses are harder on the remakes. Especially using the Master System, my cousin had a copy. I've never played the Master System version. I've played an awful lot of E's now though. I've played E's one on the PC Engine, the PSP, the Sega Saturn. I guess it's not that many. I want to get E's 1 and 2 on the PS2. In fact, did I not? I did buy them. This is terrible. I can't remember if I own them now. That's it. It's confirmed. I own too many games. Did I buy E's 1 and 2? I feel like I did because I deleted it from my search history. It was sort of a finally I'll buy it. I'm just literally looking to the side of now. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I do. I have E's 1 and 2 on the PS2. There we go. I thought I bought it. I'd been wanting to for a long time, but it was like I was waiting for a nice copy to show up and at a reasonable price. But it wasn't something urgent because I've played the game a gajillion times. But I just thought the PS2 version would be cozier than getting it on the PSP. Because I had it on the PSP in English. It was the first version I played, but I gave that my brother so that he could play it. Because it was getting expensive in English, I think, so I just gave it him because I thought I'd rebuy it in Japanese anyway. But I don't know if I'm bothered to play it on the PSP again now. I think the PS2 version is very similar anyway. Because the PS2 version is based on the PC remake. I think it's just like it was like PC, then PS2, then PSP. I'm not sure what the PSP has that's different. I think it's just got yet another remix of the soundtrack, but I can just YouTube that, you know what I mean? Thank you for the follow. I just didn't see it because bot's in green as well. All my chat is just a wall of green usernames tonight. Well, it was. PS2 is based off Eternal. PS2 is Eternal. That's what it's called. I think, is it the PC one's called Complete? There's Complete, there's Eternal, and then there's Chronicles. I think. Because the PSP one lets you choose the soundtracks, and you can choose like Complete, Eternal, and Chronicles or something. Am I really losing this badly again? At some point I need to do Ease 3 on the Mega Drive. How bizarre! I have no idea you were streaming. I was just watching your East playthrough on YouTube just now. This is freaky. What? That's freaky. I'm actually a little bit creeped out right now. It must be the Roger Clemens curse. Well, welcome in. We're not playing East tonight, unfortunately. But we're talking about East. It's spooky. Yeah, I haven't done any Japanese games for a while now. I haven't done any Saturn since Story of Thor 2, which I've still not finished, and I'm aware of that. I want to try and finish Story of Thor 2 before I go back for Christmas, but I don't know. I thought you were talking to me for a minute then, Barley Bath. Are you a fan of the series? Like, do you even know me? Fucking avatar on Discord is Adol. Might have been complete by that time. Yeah, that was what it was. It was really confusing because I know that they released it a couple of times on PC, didn't they? But the PS2 version is called Eternal. I like video games. I mean, sometimes. You should play Ease, Fishy Ash, if you haven't. I would recommend that. Play the PC Engine versions in Japanese, they're really good. I played them... I'm trying to think. They were sort of one of the earlier games that I got into. You really should. I think they're a really good Japanese experience. Are you going to stream it, Barley Bat? I think you should. Come back and stream Ease 4 just for my pleasure. Or just record it and let me watch. Oh my god, I'm resetting. I'm over it. We're not winning that one. You're not retired. You're too young. Too talented, too young. Just broadcast it in Discord to me and I'll watch. down. Struck down in the middle of Dragon Quest VI. Oh, you can't make this shit up. But yeah, I feel like Ys is a great series for Japanese practice because it's got a good level of pace in between language and engaging action. And there's loads of English versions available if you want to cross-reference. PC Engine's great because it's got the voice acting, which is really cozy. And Ys 4 is just incredible. I haven't seen the full playthrough of the English fan version of Ys 4, but what I have seen, they did a really good job. But the Japanese version of Ys 4 is so... I don't know, it just feels like a multimedia sensory experience. I don't know, because of the time that it came out, like the graphics and the sounds and the music, it just feels so different from anything else that was of that year. But just it's very PC Engine. I'm sure that there's lots of other PC RPGs, but I haven't played them. It's the first game I beat in Japanese. The Ys series was a big one for me, I think, for switching over to stopping playing games in English that didn't originate in English. Because I bought Ys Chronicles 1 and 2 in English, and then I decided to play the PC Engine versions a year or two later, and never really looked back. I bought Oath in Felghana in English, played an hour of it, and later decided to just play it in Japanese. So they're usually quite good because they have voice acting too. That's why I recommend the PlayStation 2 version of Ys, despite it being a bit cursed, but it has really nice voice acting. I personally really enjoyed Ys 6 on the PS2. But you know what I really did enjoy? Did you actually see me play any of Ys 1 on the Saturn, Barley Bat? Because I actually think that's what the YouTube video was that Lemon J was on about, but I don't think I played any other Ys on Twitch. But that's probably become one of my favourite versions now. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I think it's second place after the PC Engine version. Out of 3. Second worst, second best. I just like the way that they fleshed out the story, and I like the graphics and the music. It was a really nice version. Except for that picture of Dogi, that portrait. It was so bad. Do I even have it? Let me see if is it still in OBS somewhere? Is it on? I think it's on my Saturn side of Twitch, but oh no, it's here. It's so cursed. It's so good. Have you played the Ys series, Lemon J? I really need to do 9. I've had it for forever, but sort of personal reasons I didn't finish it. Stuff in my personal life happening at the time. How many have you played? I did hear that Ys, the Saturn version of Ys, has had an English translation now. At least the first part of it. But not the second part yet. I still haven't actually played the second part myself. It's on a different compilation. I'll play 8 if you play 9. I'm actually getting to the point where I might just replay all of them. I don't... I'd stream the retro ones, I'm not sure I'd stream the modern ones though, they're too long. Almost all of them. Which is your favourite? Sorry, I'm just like gagging that somebody likes these right now. I love these. Hello! 2 mods in the same time. What's happening in the world? Except XE's 5. Techie Rob, thank you for the resub. 21 months, thank you very much. Except E's 5. I like 5, it's not as bad as people say. I've only played Expert though. Rollo to the rescue. I love that alert. That's one of my favourite things that I've ever bothered to sit down and make. Have I played 10? No. I haven't played 9, so I'm not going to play 10 until I play 9. I don't have a PlayStation 5 either, so I'll be waiting until I get next gen. Maybe next year. I think at some point I need to get a new television. But no, I was playing Ys. Basically, I was playing Ys 9 when I bought it. It came out in October in Japan. Much like Ys 10 has. It came out in October or November. No, it came out in November, I think. And I bought it, but it's like right next to the Christmas holiday. So I bought it, played a little bit of it, and then went home for Christmas and just got busy and forgot about it. It's really... November games never go very well with me. That I usually go home for Christmas and forget about them. And then the next time I tried to play it, I had a death in the family, and I'd only just started playing it. I was like about an hour in, and I literally got the phone call with the bad news, like happening while I was in the middle of a cutscene, and I paused it. And I remember I just left the PlayStation on standby for like a week during that period, and I just couldn't bring myself to play the game again. I didn't want to ruin the experience with a bad time in my life, so I just left it and I haven't touched it. I'm ready to play it now though, it's just I need to find the time. Put it down. Yeah, it's one of those. It wasn't anything about like not liking it, just stuff was going on. The first time I played it, I got up to the bit where he like changed his hair colour and was on hiding in the town. I unlocked the like tower defense crap, which they kept from Ys 8, which is like the worst thing about Ys 8, so I don't know why they kept it. The whatever they called it, the Walpurgis Nacht or whatever it is, I don't know. Was it even called that, or is that anime? Guess they're doing China for Christmas. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Ni no Kuni died because I started playing it in November. Because what would often happen is I would usually go back for Christmas in the UK, and then I would come back and it is Madoka. I would then come back from the UK with like a ton of games that I picked up, and I'd forget about whatever I was playing beforehand. That's Madoka. Check you both out. When did you watch Madoka Nervous? Did I make you watch that? I love that show. Oh, it's so good. Oh, so it was on TV. Can't remember when I watched it. Grimwald. Yeah, something, that was it. But it just seemed like more trash. I wasn't a fan of the village defense in Ys 8. I thought it kept killing the pacing. Like making you dash back to the village to defend it. It was really stupid. Griswold, the blacksmith from Diablo. Your first, I was about to say, when did you play Ease 8? Lacrimos? See, I have to say, Ease 8 is actually one of my favourite Ease games, despite some of its flaws. I loved it. I have my top 3 Ease games are I think I cover each era. I consider Ease to be 3 eras. There's the old school bump system era. There's the 2.5D fast action combat era, and then there's the era that we're in today with the modern rock paper scissors party member format. And I think Ease 4 is my favourite of the bump system era. Openfelghana is the 2.5 fast action era favourite, and then Ease 8 is my favourite of the 3D modern era. You're so familiar with Ease. Oh, you should try it, G. It's really good. It's never too late. The best thing about Ease is, despite them being so many of them, the majority of them are incredibly short. So they don't take very long, because by definition that's what short means. I really do need to cut down how many sentences come out my mouth sometimes. That's why I've got so many sore throats. But yeah, they're pretty short games. Like, I think up until about 7, you can usually beat most of them in less than 10 hours, some of them less than like 6. Ease 1's really short. And then to make up for it all, Ease 7 is just like, what's that? Short Ease games? Hold my drink. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Ease 3, I don't know. I feel like people unfairly say that Ease 3 is the black sheep of the series, like the Zelda 2. I disagree. I think Ease 3 is one of the better ones. I think it's one of my favourites. The soundtrack is a huge part of that. I think Ease 3 has one of the best soundtracks in the series. PC Engine is the best version. I like the PS2 version. Have you been able to play that? There's somebody in the community that knows literally everything about the series. Yeah, me. Felghana doesn't make Ease 3 redundant at all. Absolutely not. It doesn't satisfy the same itch. Ease 3 is a really fast therapeutic game. It's got a different difficulty as well. Look at this fucking bullshit. I love Openfelghana, but it's just not the same game. They're night and day in terms of gameplay. It's like trying to compare, like, I don't know, like what? Zelda 2 with Ocarina of Time, like, they're not the same thing at all. I don't think Zelda 2 is actually that great though myself, but so, if you're not sure what we're on about, Fishiash, actually, Openfelghana is just a remake of 3. It's a retcon. The Ease is very confusing like that. There's a lot of games, so basically they did like 1 through 6, and then after 6 they started going back and remaking their, well, even before 6 I guess, but it was around the time of 6 and Origins they started going back and remaking their older games with the modern engine that they're using right now and retconning the story. So first they remade Ease 1 and 2 on PC, but that plays very similarly to how it always did, but they padded out the story a lot. Is this a playoff? You wish. I haven't won a match yet. This is still match 1. And then they obviously Ease 6 was a thing, and I think it was Ease Origins, maybe, but they remade Ease 3 using the Ease 6 Ease Origins game engine, and then they made Ease 7, and then they remade Ease 4 using basically the same engine as Ease 7, which is like 3D but made it prettier. And then I was so sure, I was so convinced that after Ease 8 that they were going to go back and remake Ease 5 with the Ease 8 engine, and then they were like, no, we're going to do Ease 10. I was like, what? and the fact that Ease 8 in the story kept doing throwbacks and hinting at Ease 5, like because it's set after Ease 5, so it kept referencing back to Ease 5. I thought it was such assuring that they were about to remake Ease 5, and then they didn't. I also thought Napishtim was really good. Napishtim is quite a popular one. I don't know. I find like Napishtim just sort of flew by. It was really short and inoffensive and just buggered off. I can't even remember chunks of it. I kind of mix it up with bits of Felghana now. I remember the finale and the beginning, but I don't remember all the middle. I feel like it was a very, very short game. I liked it though. I think the music in Napishtim wasn't as memorable to me as other games. Even though it was good, it was just like forgettably good. If you put it on, I'd be like, oh, this is a great song, but I can't hum a single song from Napishtim off the top of my head. Ease 8 has some good music. Origin came last in that trilogy. Oh, did it? They all play the same. It feels like 6 was definitely the oldest. But I would recommend, you don't have to play all the Ease games in order, but I would personally. I think you're the kind of person, Fishy Ash anyway, from what I've gathered, that would play an entire series anyway. So I would say you're doing yourself a disservice to skip them and just jump in at Felghana, because there's just throwbacks and references that you'll enjoy as you go through. Do do do. I've not played any Xanadu. Well, actually, no. I've played quite a fair bit of Legend of Xanadu. About a third of the Legend of Xanadu. I really enjoyed that. I really do need to stream Legend of Xanadu, or just play it at the very least. What's Xanadu next on? How does one play Xanadu next? Is that a Steam game? I have Xanadu. No, I have Tokyo Xanadu. Didn't you try to play that Nervous Harpist if you're still lurking about? I vaguely remember seeing you playing a bit of that. You did, yeah. I bought it with my PS Vita just because it was bundled with it, but then they re-released it on PS4, so I ditched the idea of playing it on the Vita. I wasn't particularly into it. I've heard mixed things about it. Oh my god. Am I gonna win a single pissing game tonight? Just can't be arsed. Yeah, they're on Steam. Chronicles is on Steam as well, which is 1 and 2. I think even Memories in Celsetia is on it as well. But honestly, I would really recommend playing the PC Engine versions of Ease 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't start with the remakes. you're missing out on a lot. You're missing out on amazing music. And they go well together, the PC Engine ones. The PC Engine version of Ys thought I'm resetting this match. Why is this game so hateful? Yeah, that's the thing, that's the old school fantasy anime 90s vibes of the original Ys that's so good. And then, I'm literally at the point where I just want to throw this game out the window and just put Ys on. But I won't. I won't. I just can't believe how much of a troll this game is being, like... After how many matches I've won and how far I've gone through the league, it's just being a dick at the end. You still have Ys 4 written down the list to the soundtrack. To listen to the soundtrack. It's so good, just go listen to it, don't listen to this. How are you, by the way, Jamesy? Oh no, just get off my channel. Don't want to play you anymore, Roger Clemens. Got so much Roger Clemens in my life. So if you look at the right of the screen and you see where it says game time, consider yourself lucky that this is how much Roger Clemens you've seen tonight. Some people have seen more. Some people have played more. Richard who trolled me. Dear. I don't know why I'm... Oh, what the fuck? Is that even... This game is so busted. Is that even like a legal move? Like, is that even humanly possible? Just dived out and caught a foul ball. Out you go. Whatever. I'll take it. I mean, I guess it's technically allowed by the rules, but I mean, if you can get, yeah, if you can fly across the baseball pitch. I don't know how I just did it because I was bored, but I didn't think I'd actually make it. If you like Falcom games, I did play through The Legend of Heroes 1 on the Mega Drive already. I haven't done 2 yet though. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed that. It was very long though. Very, very, very long. It was quite... I wouldn't say grindy, but it just had a lot of enemy encounters. I was hesitant to skip them as well in case. But the encounter rate was quite obnoxious. I mean, it wasn't even a rate, but there was just enemies that you bump into. I had for most of it yesterday, and even that is a drop in the Clemens bucket. You're a trooper. You've earned your Clemens badge. What's in the Falcon? No, I've never even heard of it. What's that? Welcome to the Twilight Zone, where you're stuck in the world of Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. How are you doing, Runix? I almost didn't know you were there. You didn't make your usual entrance. No, I don't know the Falcon Bible. Is it like a book that you buy? I'm a big Falcon fan though, although I haven't played a lot of their stuff yet. But I like Legend of Heroes that I've played so far. I've played 1 and 3. What is it? Yay, more baseball. Hey, Emo Fergie, how are you? It's an old book that talks about their games. Is it an English book? Just got hit by a big lag. What did you miss? I read out your message and said you didn't make your usual entry. I want to Google this now. What is this? The Falcon Bible. Making of Sorcerian. There it is. Oh, it's on Internet Archive. Oh, I need to look into that. Is it just about Sorcerian then? Am I looking at the wrong thing? I need to drop that in my own Discord to remember to look it up. Features other games too. See if I remember to look it up later. Unless somebody wants to just post it in my Discord somewhere. Just the words Falcon Bible anywhere will do. I hate leaving tabs open while I'm streaming. I always worry my laptop will just collapse. Doing alright, real tired. How are you? Mood Clemens. That's how we answer that question these days. Mood equals Roger Clemens. Do, 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 do. Ah. Foul. I don't even know if I've played that many of the Falcom games actually. I think it's literally just Ease and Legend of Heroes. I'm still replaying Prophecy of the White Witch. I keep charging my PSP with the intention to finish it. I wanted to finish it before Christmas because I was planning on taking Tear of Vermilion on the plane. But maybe I'll just end up taking Prophecy of the White Witch on the plane. And then I played quite a lot of Legend of Xanadu. I was really enjoying it. It had a sort of Ease 4 vibe about it. That whole like anime 90s voice acting cutscenes. Oh, get out. I don't think I played anything else. I'll be playing Sorcerian at some point because it's on the Mega Drive. I'm looking forward to Sorcerian. Sorcerian looks good. Yeah, I'm curious about it. Oh, I want to play on the same collection as Ys on the Saturn. I want to play Xanadu that's on there and Dragon Slayer. More Xanadu than Dragon Slayer, to be honest. Dragon Slayer looks a little bit old school for me. Come on, Seaburger, hit us a home run. Oh my god. So bored of this. It's literally pure... This is becoming probably the worst game I've played on the Mega Drive to date. It is that trashy. It is like the Chakan of sports games. It is just a nasty, skanky, broken game. I'm saying it. I'm not going to defend it anymore. It's a very trashy game. It's just exhausting. It's so just... My stubbornness alone is the only... Like, I'm 4 fucking games away from the end of the season. That's why I'm pushing. But I'm literally just at the point now where I'm like, this isn't even fun in an ironic way. This is just turned into a very miserable experience. Like, Chakan was annoying, but deep down I was sort of having fun being live. But it's just... It is the only slog. Nobody else can slug anything. The only thing I could think was even be possibly redeeming about this game is 2-player. You'll have fun when I get to RBI. I'll have fun when this is done. Oh my god, just hit the fucking ball so I can catch it. I did this last night. If only it was a bit... Yeah, it just needs to be, like, just ever so slightly not so over-tuned. If I was a magazine reviewer, I'd be scathing. It would be getting a scathing review from me. It's like brain cell destroying, going through the motions of this. Why is that out? Why can't you let me have anything? Why? What do you want from me? Can I find your top 20 list? Yeah, what is your top 20? Is it top 20 worst sports games or top 20 worst Mega Drive games? Clemens taketh away. Honestly, the only thing that has got me through this video game is chat. I appreciate all of you so much right now. Imagine I just streamed this like when I was talking to nobody. I would cry. I would cry. I'm so glad that this is like game 150. How much you can play a sports games and see market as complete? Till I win! Till I win! But to be honest, am I even winning? Did I really win when this is over? Or did I actually just lose? Lose weeks of my life? Well, that's not going to happen. Well, not with that attitude, lady. Would be a loss. Be considered a whoops playthrough as well. I want to see the credits. No. No, we don't do losses here. Maybe next week. I have won games, believe it or not. I have won quite a lot of games, just not right now. Like, how many games am I winning right now? What was the numbers? Like 89 or so, 80 something? We started at like 70 or less. So, of the 39 games, I feel like I've won like 10 to 15 of them. If not more. The middle part of the season, I felt like I actually won quite a lot. However, it ends to be just congratulations. I don't even care. The satisfaction will be enough for me at this point. The greatest reward will be not playing it again. Ouch. Just kick the coffee table. Somebody, if you thank my word. Do I have any sluggers? Do a home run. Grand Slam, come on! Nope. I did see a loss last stream. Apparently Ministry was over 6,000 games, but stop. That was a bug. Any Mega Runners are unbeatable, even broken. I've heard Krusty Super Funhouse can get very soft locky at the end. So Sharpie told me once. Compared to different versions of Krusty Super Funhouse, but he did say something. There was some shenanigans with Krusty Super Funhouse. There's also isn't Action there an Action 51? Isn't that broken? $52. Isn't that broken? Notoriously broken and unbeatable. Some of those games though, like, I don't know. Arcade games that don't end, I'm not really been bothered about them. I'm not a super, like, I'm not like one of those like okay, I am. Like I said, I'm not one of those like crazy hardcore challenge people, but I kind of am, but I'm not. Like, I'm going off my own sense of what do I consider to be closure. Closure for me, like this is the baseball game. There are two modes. There's a one game mode and there's a league mode. The league mode will be a congratulations, Boston win the league. Credits. I had a look in advance, like are there credits? Yes there are. The end. There'll be a screenshot. I just want an ending screen. That's kind of all I want. If it has one. But you know, the Mega Drive also has like Centipede on it. I'm not going to sit and play Centipede for years on end or something. I don't think it has an end. So I just played it for a bit and moved on with my life. Didn't seem to have any objective. the Midway Arcade Classics collection or whatever. I just played a bit of Pong, played a bit of Centipede, played a bit of the Defender game, whatever it was, and then just called it a day. Art Alive doesn't really have a goal. I just made a couple of doodles and moved on. It's like the NES, some games will be broken, or at best terrible. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? Like, we've done 42 hours of this now, and I'm 3 games away from the end of the season. Bearing in mind we have to do the playoffs, but we're at the end of the season. Like, should I really just go, oh well, you know? What were the 42 hours for? Do, 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 do. 21st Action 52 isn't broken. Oh, isn't it? It's just trash. Maybe you'll stream it. Didn't you already do it for A? Is it licensed? I can't even remember. I don't think it's in my list. I don't think I counted it because isn't it a bootleg? I didn't count Bible Adventure. I've played Bible Adventure though. Dreamy did it. I'll play them for fun, but I don't consider them as part of the thing. I'm focused on games that were officially licensed. I will play, like I might play a bootleg or two for fun, but they're not my objective. That's why it's not in my list. I'd forgotten all about it until just now. Whereas like, I count Turrican and things like that. Yeah. I'll play Action 52 for a giggle, but I don't know if I'd necessarily commit to trying to beat it. I'll play Bible Adventures. I actually want to beat Bible Adventures though, because when I did stream that, I played it for quite a long time. I was getting very arsey with it, but I'm sure I'd be able to beat it now. It was very rough though. I was trying to do the Moses one. Count of the accolade ballistic games. Some of the license, some of them aren't. Well, there's sort of with some of them, isn't it, that they were like they were licensed and they weren't and then they were, or they weren't and then they were, or something. There was like, you know, the lawsuits, but then it got thrown out. So I consider them genuine. Are there any games in particular I'm not looking forward to? Yes, Sword of Sedan. Sword of Sedan. To be honest, Comic Zone. But I might change my view on it, but as a kid I didn't like that game. Crap. Got greedy. I think I'll be okay with Comic Zone now. This is just my childhood trauma. I remember very strongly not having a good time with Comic Zone. But I think I've played much worse since. Hit it when you know the art's more manageable. Yeah, it looks like one of those games when you're a kid, games are different anyway. I was talking about this to Barley in private earlier about Sonic 2. I was watching Big Talk playing Sonic 2, and it's just I remember how daunting the Metropolis Zone used to be as a kid, and it doesn't really bother me anymore. I'm just older and my brain works in a different way. I can pass the level better. Labyrinth Zone as well on Sonic 1 used to be a bit of a stress, and now it's just like, eh. I don't think Labyrinth Zone was particularly that difficult. I can do Comic Zone. If I can do it, you definitely can. Oh, that's very kind of you to say. Whoops. Honestly, and I don't mean this in a disparaging way, watching you beat the end of because I didn't see the whole thing, but I did see you finish Comic Zone. Watching you do that made me think, okay, maybe I can do this. Like, if I can see somebody that isn't like I'm a hardcore like retro achiever or a speedrunner beating a game or a long play that's tool assisted or whatever, but if I can just see like a person who plays video games playing and beating a game, it makes me think, okay, maybe I can do that. And I think I've surprised myself. I think I've beaten a lot of games already that I didn't think I would ever be able to before Twitch. I can't believe the amount of shooters that I've beaten, to be honest. I can't believe that I've beaten Genoa after all these years. I could never beat that before. Rings of War. Oh, I'd like to play Fatal Labyrinth actually. I'm sort of looking forward to that one. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Press the wrong button. Why is he sneaking bases? Thank fuck for that. And there we go. I win. That's all we needed. Why did Baltimore have to win their fucking match? Ugh. Okay, so 90 games, so I think I've won 20 games this season. Lost 69. Now we've still got another 2 games. As if Baltimore won though. Back to Roger Clemens. What type of game is that? Fatal Labyrinth. It's like a roguelike, isn't it? I mean, I know what it is, but I'm not very familiar with the term roguelike. I think I've never really played any. So I don't know if that's accurate. I know what Fatal Labyrinth is, though. If I want to start over when I touch it next month, we'll just try from your save state. Don't know. It doesn't have in-game saving, does it? I think, like, I don't think there's much wrong with continuing from a... Like, if you're talking about playing a game in a pure way with, like, no deaths and stuff is what you mean. I mean, no save scumming. I think there's nothing wrong with continuing from a save state. If you then game over, don't reload the save state, start the whole game again. But if you continue from where you were... I always say, joke, when I've had to do that because the game's too long and I need to go to bed because I've got work, I'll just jokingly say, you know, it's the same as back when you were a kid, you used to just leave the power on all night because you didn't want to turn it off. I mean, I could do that as well, or I could just make a save state, but I could just leave the game on for 24 hours and come back to it later, but why bother? Just pretend you left the Mega Drive on for a month, it's fun. I mean, I'm using save states for this just because I can't be asked to put the password in every single time because the game doesn't store passwords in the RAM. If the game did, I would use that because I tend to like to not tinker with the game too much and try and keep it as similar as an experience as you can. It's part of the process, but the amount of resets I have to do in this, I'm not manually putting the password in every single time. Like now. I mean, this game don't even remember your options. If you hit reset, it doesn't remember anything. It's just a clean wipe. Yeah, that's another reason why when you start messing about, you start cocking stuff up. I've also accidentally hit the load by once. I did that in the middle of riding trad. I I was on a break though at the time, but I accidentally hit a load state from practicing, and I was like, oh shit, I've just lost my run. But then I realised, oh, actually, you can undo a load or something. Thank you for the follow. So, I've been having a whole debate today on Twitch about save states and not save states. I think at the end of the day, like, do whatever is comfortable with you, but just please respect other people's choices, I think, is the best way to go about it. And it goes both ways, because I think that I've talked about it before, but I think that there's like a reverse snobbery too of people that want to save scum and they kind of come for people that don't. And it's kind of a bit of a bizarre double standard almost. Like I hear disparaging comments almost like, well, I don't know how you could be bothered to, or like, oh, I have better things to do than waste my time. It's like, well, I don't think I'm wasting my time. I'm just playing a game the way that it was designed to be. I don't consider that wasting my time. And if you don't want to, that's fine, but rephrase the way you're saying that, you know what I mean? Like, if I want to play 40 hours of Ride and Shroud and keep doing it over and over again from the beginning instead of just save scumming my way through the whole game, that's my business. Just like it's yours if you want to just finish it in 20 minutes for your save states. Mid-hardcore, if you use fast forward. I mean, it depends what you fast forward, and if it's just cutscenes, then who bloody cares? Turbo. I don't know how I feel about Turbo. I personally don't use Turbo myself, but I haven't encountered any games that I felt I needed to use Turbo for on the Mega Drive. So actually say 6 months on Wizardries, try something. Depends on the game, like off I don't think I've ever heard that sound before. RPG grinding. Oh, I used fast forwarding on RPGs in the past. But I've used save states loads in the past. I mean, the first time I played Ys 1 and 2 on the PC Engine, I saved in the middle of bosses on that, on the PlayStation 3, because you could. That was before I started to change my ways. 40 hours plus, that was the first hit by pitch. I think so, yeah. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the second time? If it was, I've forgotten. Oof. Hit by baseball pitch. I try not to fast forward too much though, because I find that the audio distortion is very irritating. It triggers me a little bit. I wouldn't want to watch it. Personal preference, but I will quite quickly close a stream if they're fast forwarding stuff. I tried to watch a Let's Play once on YouTube. I found a Japanese Let's Play of an RPG and I thought, oh great, I'm going to watch that. And then they kept like fast forwarding, like walking through the town and some of the random encounters, and I was like, I can't listen to this. It's literally assaulting my ears to hear this. Like, I'd rather you just cut and edit. Just cut away. There's a Let's Play that I do watch. She's very good, an American girl. And if she needs to, like, maybe she'll be on the Let's Play, she's like, oh, I think actually I'm going to backtrack and go and get that chest, but I won't, and she'll say, like, but I won't take you guys with me. And then she'll just make a cut. And then she'll just come back and be like, okay, I'm back at the chest now, you know, that kind of, and then that's much better at, like, this is in the format of a Let's Play, but that's much better than someone just fast forwarding it. Because it's far more pleasant on the ears. So let's turn off audio and fast forward, that's much better than. FFs are kind of ugly. Oh, fast forwarding. thought you meant the Final Fantasies. I was like, what? Final Fantasies are kind of ugly. I also think that the sound of loading a save state is ugly. That's why I try and avoid it as much as possible. What is with this base stealing? But yeah, I just find it an odd situation where I've heard comments in the past, like I've been playing a game and someone's like, why don't you just like leave a save state in front of the boss? And I'm like, because that's not how I'm playing the video game. And they're just like, oh, I wouldn't have had the patience for this. I would have saved ages ago. And I'm like, well, good for you, you know? You're not going to influence me to do it. I know you might want to see the ending, but you could just watch YouTube. Around when you get passwords. I'm doing that with this. It depends what it is. Because there's a lot of games that will keep passwords in the RAM anyway. So if you just hit the reset, it will keep your last password, and it's very quick, because cartridge games reset very fast, don't they? So I'm quite happy to do that. And if the game doesn't require me to have to reset a lot, I don't mind putting a password in. It sort of takes me back to the time, you know, that we used to do it. It's a part of the little bit of the fun. It depends how much I'm having to do it though. Like, you know, if it's just every hour or so using a password, it wouldn't bother me. Depends how long the password is. Fatal Labyrinth looks good. It does, I've played a bit of it before. There's a Gauntlet 4 on the Mega Drive. Might take a break shortly and get another cup of coffee. Speaking of, god damn these ad breaks, like just please tell me when they're about to go off Twitch. I was thinking, oh, I might do a little break and get rid of them for an hour. But no, now I can't because they're going to be on cooldown. I'll go a bit longer. I'll take one afterwards. Can't wait for Gauntlet 4. I've never played a Gauntlet game. Is the Mega Drive one good? I was worried that it might have been a bit jank. Surprised there was no Ultima games on the Mega Drive. I was watching Galara Dragon earlier, and she really likes Ultima games. It was kind of surprising because there's only one. They're on the Super Nintendo and then the Master System. I've never played any Ultima. Bit of jank. It's the best Gauntlet. I don't even know like how you play the Ultima games. Like they're all over the place, aren't they? They're old and different versions and different. It's probably like how some people feel about Ys. I just don't even know where to begin with it all. It took me ages to figure out Wizardry, and I think I've decided those like remakes of the trilogy are a good place to start. Gauntlet Dark Legacy. I've heard of that one. Wasn't that on like the PS2 or something? First one's on the NES. It's 3. Yeah, because they're like old PC games too, like really old, aren't they? Really should have gone to third base then. Yeah, I remember it being advertised. Please. Oh well, just gotta survive. Oh, we're already on the 5th inning? I thought we were further. Ugh. Should one of the most influential. Yeah, that's the thing. I've always heard those are the two big boys, Ultima and Wizardry. It's like the biggest, the influences, like, isn't Dragon Quest considered like a hybrid of them? But isn't there 3? Isn't there Ultima, Wizardry and one more? Isn't it a roguelike? And they say that like Dragon Quest was just a sort of streamlined version of taking the best bits of them all. Rogue, yeah. Roguelike. Idiot. For some reason I had in my head that Rogue was a genre. Oof. Whew, this fielding. What are we? Oh, I'm not. For a minute I thought I was pitching. I was gonna think, what's my stamina like? Rogue is the cool uncle. I'm kind of the most interested in Wizardry. Wizardry seems the most RPG-ish. And it's out of here. Rancho and I played a heck of it when we first got together. Oh, that's cute. Ultima for story. There's the Dungeons and Dragons game to play on here, the Warriors of the Sun, I think it is. Which we'll get to at some point. That one looks kind of fun. What's the other game as well? Is it Sorcerer's Ring? I think so. Did it come out in the West? Sorcerer Ring, I think it's called. Which sort of looks like a Western-y influenced RPG. And there's Trazia. Mega Drive. Ooh, the Mega Drive doesn't have that many RPGs though. So it was probably one of the smaller genres on the platform. probably in part why it didn't do as well in Japan compared to Nintendo. And possibly did better in the West. Less focus on RPGs. They tried later though, because that's sort of what my favourite game, Soleil Crusader of Senti, is all about. It was a sort of essentially a project for Sega, trying to get more role-playing games on the machine. They did a wave of them. The Mega Role, what was it? The Mega Role Play project. Speaking of, Barley Bap sent me an eBay listing today for a sort of white whale of mine. I would never pay the obscene amount of money for it though. I would love to have it, but I would never pay for it. There's with some of the Mega Role Play games, the Japanese releases of them, which was like Crusader of Senti, Story of Thor, Shining Force CD, I think. Legend of Heroes 1 that I played through already. Surgeon Aura, and then something else, can't remember now. Something weird. But they often came with little pin badges. And I have a copy of Crusader of Senti. I have the Japanese copy of Crusader of Senti, Ragnar Senti, but it doesn't have a pin badge. But there was a listing on UK eBay, I think, for the pin badge. It was like £240. I don't even think it's even that attractive, to be honest. It's a bit of an ugly little pin badge, but just childhood nostalgia. The other pin badges look better. It's just a little pin of Corona, the protagonist, not the disease. Or virus. Trazia. Gorgeous box art. Bottom of 8th. Have mercy on me, Clemens, please. Does this make you more or less likely to watch baseball? I don't even know. I'd say significantly less, but maybe more, just to see improvements. How are you, Sadie? Just a little clemency. There's no clemency. When life gives you Clemens, just go back to bed. Very tired, up a lot last night. Will take a nap today though. It's like me. I'd like to claim that pun, but I can't even remember who it was. That's probably Barley Bat. So, who was it? Somebody yesterday said about life gives you Clemens. Was it you, Greg? I don't remember. It wasn't me. I was in a haze of just bad. Whoa, we won! And Baltimore lost. This is it, this is it, this is it. We're going through. We're going. Good morning, Baltimore. 2 more to go. Definitely taking a little break. Oh. I'm gonna go get a coffee. I shall be a few. I'm gonna blast ads and get rid of them as well. I shall be back. Right, 2 games to go. Two games to go until not the end of this game. Provided Baltimore don't win, it doesn't really matter whether I win or lose now. As long as Baltimore... They probably are going to win though, but... Yeah. If they lose their next game, it doesn't matter. I'm sure they won't lose though, that's the problem. Abby Jams, how are you? Are you coming back soon to Twitch? Twitch misses you. Although you're still here, but... What I mean is I miss you. On my weekends. Gonna try this week. Good. I was literally like just the other day. I was just like, how long has it been? It was like Halloween, wasn't it? It's like I can just imagine like you just. I know that we've spoken in between, but it's like you ended your streamathon and just went into like a hibernation. Sleep has been a beast for like a month. That was legendary, honestly. That was such a good weekend. It's ridiculous because it was just me in my living room watching it, but oh my god, that was so funny. It was like I attended an event. Yeah, G's here. G's always here. Can't get rid of him. It was a really fantastic... It was. Until at least to finish this game. hey, you have important Gemfire to attend later on today. Don't let me keep you. I don't know if I'm not gonna finish this tonight. I don't think it's physically possible for me to without staying up all night and making myself sick, but I'm gonna at least get into the playoffs and then maybe I might just play something more fun. You know, I got some old sort of games that we've already had a bit of fun with. I've loaded them up. I put a bit of a choice. I can't even remember what I booted up now. Aero the Acrobat was one of them. I thought it might be a giggle to go through it again. I put Yogi Bear on. I'd be curious to show Yogi Bear this day because I did Yogi Bear as game number 3. So there was a totally different people here then. I think Chronogear was here when I did Yogi Bear, I want to say. Chronogear was here at the start of that, but I don't know if he was here for that specific stream. I remember Barley Bat was here when I played Yogi Bear, because I remember she raided me. I've got a very bizarre memory like that, but I specifically remember Barley Bat coming in halfway and just being like, oh my lord, what is this? So, what will you do next year, Abby? We need to plan this event already. What will you do next year in the legendary Abby Jam Streamathon? Will it be Castlevania again? Right, you can fuck TwitchCon. I want a badge for attending the Abby Jam Streamathon. I will plan. I think the reason it worked so well, though, was because you went to bed. I think if you hadn't have gone to bed, it would have been miserable. But I was feeling for your throat. Yeah, they're not going to bed. I mean, it wouldn't be humanly possible to do as long as you did without going to bed, but I just think even after like, what, 30 hours or so, the tone would have just gone miserable. I mean, it's like people say to me like, oh, would you ever do like a 24-hour stream? And I'm like, do you want to hear me in hour 23? Because I don't think you do. I don't think you do. Like, some people have heard me streaming at Boogerman at 7 AM. It wasn't pleasant. I mean, sometimes that is me an hour 23. I forget that sometimes because when I've been to work all day, I've been up since 8. So you know, if I'm still playing like Boogerman at 6 o'clock, that's 22 hours of my ass being up. Not today though, because today's the weekend. I woke up at like 2:30 in the afternoon. So I've actually only been awake for about 13 hours right now. But when I streamed this on Friday night, I was tired. On hour 26. Yeah, what is wrong? Oh, if I didn't have work, I would be all over the place with my body clock. Because the only reason I get up is for work. I much prefer the evenings. I have no, other than I guess social sides of it, I don't really have huge qualms with sleeping through the day. But like some of it. I want to be up to see some sunlight, but I'm quite happy to wake up at 1 in the afternoon. That's kind of a nice time for me. Because I've always said I think the golden hours for me are between 11 and 3. I think, like right now it's 3:30. I feel like I've just gone over peak right now for my pleasure. Once we start getting to 4, that's when I start feeling like, oh, you need to go to bed soon. Like, it's mostly because I have to function as a human being. Once we get to 5 and 6, that's where I'm like, oh no, choices have been made. Like last night playing Marvel Land at 6 AM. But between the hours of like 12 and 2, I'm usually sort of at my most comfortable. This is your jam. Hey Barface, how are you? But like, yeah, 1 or 2 AM, I feel like I'm at my most comfortable. I've said before, but a lot of it's because at that hour, I don't really have like adult obligations. There's no responsibilities. Like, what do you need to do at 1 in the morning? There's nothing you can do. Even if you've got something weighing on your mind, you're not going to do it at 1 in the morning, are you? So I always feel like it's a very calming moment. Everything can wait until tomorrow, and everything that needed to be done today is done. And also, particularly with like, I don't really like eating. I have a bit of problems with meals and eating and stuff, so I tend to like, even though I've literally just scoffed a sandwich in the kitchen right now, but I don't have to think about like cooking and making food. Like, I've done my meals for the day. The rest is just snacking. Oh! Twice in one stream. Although, technically I'm eating my lunch right now because I skipped lunch and went straight to dinner. Planning mine for Streamiversary. It's going to be wild. See, I thought about doing, like, mostly because of watching Abby Jams, to be honest. I thought it was fun. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to go anywhere near as long, and it wouldn't work. It wouldn't unfold in the same sort of way. Because Abby's got a very large community. I was thinking of, it's my 2-year anniversary of starting this Mega Drive Odyssey. I started it on December 3rd, 2021. It's almost been 2 years, 150 games. I was thinking of doing something for the weekend, like replaying old games, but I just don't know how to organise it, like set everything up and stuff. I was actually going to message you about it, but every time I think that the days go by, I just thought it might be fun, like maybe I could stay up really late on. I'd have to work it around work though, like maybe do a really late Saturday night stream, go until stupid o'clock or something. Don't know. I was thinking it might be fun to make a goal like X, Y, Z amount of whatever means I'll replay Chakan. But it would, like I said, it would probably be a high price to get me to replay Chakan. But I've sort of, I don't know if I have time because of going home. I'm going back to the UK in 3 weeks' time. So that's the problem. I kind of wish my anniversary wasn't December, because December's just not a good month for me. The internet does love misery. It does. December's just not the best time for me to do these things, because I need to start like getting ready to go back home. But it could be an idea. If I have to, I've only got 2 weekends left to do it, so next weekend would be ideal, but I don't know if I have the energy to make it all, like prepare stuff. Anytime after would work. Yeah. It just, I think every year, like the first year I wasn't bothered, but I think at this point, like it's been so long and people have been around for so long now, there's a lot of, and there's people that haven't been around, there's like lots of games that we joke and talk about, and I thought it would just be fun to revisit them and have a, why am I doing this so many times today? Can you just keep your crotch out of the way of my balls? I got halfway through that sentence and I was just like, I'm just gonna commit to it. I know it's now turned into a really crude sentence, but I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna commit. I said what I said. The date is far less important than the event itself. Yeah, and I just thought it'd just be fun, because 2 years is a long time. I've played a lot of Mega Drive. I've played a crazy amount of Mega Drive now. And it would be fun, but I mean that's sort of why that this last week, like after the Clemens crap, I've been like whipping out Sonic 1, whipped out Castle of Illusion. I've loaded some games up tonight that I'm ready to play. Maybe to be honest, like I think the next 2 games, and I might just put something else on, but it's just been fun to replay some of those older games that I've already ticked off. So there's not like this compulsion to finish them. If I game over, like whatever, I'm not bothered. Nothing to prove. I'll do mine the week of February. See, I didn't bother with the Twitch affiliate thing. I think I'd rather celebrate. I've never really done the numbers thing, like the celebrations, like the 500 followers or the 1 year thing. But I think if I was going to, I'd rather celebrate like this, because this feels like this is more of a memorable thing to me. Like becoming affiliate was not really, I don't really remember it happening. Do you know what I mean? It just sort of naturally progressed. Yeah, I don't really remember it. And I don't remember when I started streaming. I don't remember things like that. They were just sort of whims things. But I do remember starting this. I remember having the idea. I mean, not that it was original, but I remember having the idea. I remember putting the work in, creating the overlay. I remember starting playing it. And I remember just I have a lot of really good memories playing games in the last 2 years throughout all this Mega Drive stuff. Like there's all the different games, there's different streams, there's different memories, there's different people that have come in and out through the chat. A lot of good times. I'm trying to think now, what was the first game I was playing when G popped in? I'm actually trying to think what it was. I specifically remember G being around during Vapor Trail. That's a sort of association I have with you. I remember Vapor Trail. And chatting a lot, but I know that wasn't the first one. That wasn't actually quite early on. Runix. Not enough Chakan. No, I'm sorry. Might celebrate the day if when I become part. Yeah, I think you get there. I think you have the ability to get there. As long as you don't give up. I think you could. And I don't say that just because you're in front of me right now. I see it. You put a lot of hard work into what you do. Behind the scenes. I mean, that's a lie. I do. I put a lot of work into what I do. It might not look like it, but I give up my free time on my weekends to make these overlays. I make all these crappy, stupid pictures that we've got going through the chat box now. I do spend time on it. It's not to the same scale as people, but I mean, I do give up moments of my free time. But it's a pleasure for me. It's funny. I enjoy doing it. I like finding the humor in silly things. It's very hodgepodge, but hodgepodge also takes time. I think so I'm just going to take at least another year or two. Maybe, but just don't stop, please. Well, I know my limitations, though. I know I'm sitting in a living room on a sofa with a blanket in front of a laptop with a Kraken headset on my head. In a room with a dirty ceiling that's leaked in the typhoon that went by, you know. There's no glamour going on here. But sometimes you can do a lot with a little. That's the thing. Like, you know, you see these people like on the internet. I'm not like talking like I know a lot about anything. I don't really know a lot about Twitch and streaming stuff, but it's like you see people saying like they feel like they need to have all this stuff and buy all this stuff. It's like, just do stuff. You can do a lot with a little. I bought a second-hand laptop 4 years ago that cost about $200. Not $200, sorry, $400 ish. I got a slightly better laptop than I paid for because they made a mistake with the first one, so then they gave me a discount on another. And I have a $100 capture card, not an Elgato because it wouldn't work because my laptop was too crap. And then I have a Kraken headset which I bought because it has the ice cooling gel on the ears, and there we go. That's it. That's literally all that's happening here right now. And OBS. And I'm having fun, you know. I'm having fun. I'm meeting people. I'm talking to people. It's a good enough experience for me. I think that once the YouTube base is amusing, that will help get a lot of eyes on the stream too. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, literally, like, never underestimate the power of other places. Literally just had someone pop in this evening who said they found me from a YouTube video, and I'm not even making content like you do. I'm literally just banging VODs onto YouTube. Mostly the purpose is to archive them, because I don't trust Twitch. Because I've heard, I wasn't here, but I heard that there was a great loss of VODs in Twitch like 4 or 5 years ago. I got the impression that Sharpie, for example, lost a lot of his VODs. So I backed them up on YouTube just in case. Because I want to keep them. People can make fantastic content with just a smartphone. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked though. Still waiting for Gomez. Oh, I forgot. Remind me, or do it yourself. Make it me, Runix, and I'll put it in. That's the other pro tip. Get other people to make stuff for you. No, I do need to add Gomez. I've got nothing from the Addams family in the chat box. That was when the government first cracked down on the DMCA stuff, I think. They basically just purged all the VODs that had any flags. Ah, that'd be what it was then. But yeah, I've got mine backed up. Although I feel like whenever I play Starlight Zone, I get my VODs muted in places. My friend on here has spent a grip of dollars to get the top of the line streaming equipment. They spent every stream complaining no one showed up. That never complain. This is me talk. This is not me talk. Like, I'm not talking as a person who knows about how to stream. I'm talking about a person that watches streams right now. Don't complain. That is the quickest way for me to click that X. Like, if you're bitching, that I'm like, because it's just like, am I not good enough? I'm here. I want to listen, sitting to your whinge that only I showed up. I mean, I get the feeling, but like, whinge offline. If you must. Tell your best friend. It's a valid emotion, but respect the people who are here is how I value that. That's why, for me, like, I don't even want to know how many people are here when I'm live, because it's just a mood. That's why I get a little bit... I've been a bit triggered in the past when people have brought it up. Like, don't tell me, please. I'm happy not to know. I might have a sneaky peek, like when I'm making a coffee or something. But, like, right now, I don't want to know. I just want to chat to whoever's... The other thing, too, that I find weird is, like, the assumption... You know when people assume that people are always there in the chat because they were there, like, 10 minutes ago? I never assume that. Like, Quiggy's here, but Quiggy was here at the start of the stream. Quiggy's here right now. I'm not assuming that Quiggy is... How long have we been live? Let me see. Now I need to see, but... 2 hours, 51 minutes. I'm not assuming that Quiggy was here an hour ago. That's why... People come and people go, and you don't need to be like, I'm leaving now, I'm back now, like, just... You're here, and when you're talking, I know you're here, and when you're not talking, I just assume you've gone to the supermarket, or you're just in the bath and quietly listen, you know what I mean? Or bugger off, better things to do right now. It's the weekend. I never assume you're here. I lurk on you sometimes and don't say anything. Talking's draining. Sometimes, like, I get home from work and sometimes I'll just pop you on while I'm getting ready to go in the bath or something, or make my dinner, and to sit down and talk, it interferes with what I'm doing right now, you know? I just want to have some company, listen to some harp music, but I can't talk right now because I'll never get dinner done. Watching while I'm get up. What time is it? Can be frustrated but be happy the people who are... Exactly. Complain about the turnout, not about the game, because I certainly whine about the games. So I keep getting sidetracked, but hold this thought, because I want to talk about watching you stream, because I saw some games that you were talking about. And I've forgotten now, I've lost the thought. Get Steel Empire, that's the thought. Get Steel Empire. Abby Jams needs to get Steel Empire as well. I don't know if she's still lurking, but she needs to get it. I've told her many times. It's on sale. Although it's not as cheap as... I don't think it's as cheap as it was previously. Oh, I was thinking of getting the Raiden collection that you mentioned, Barface, because it is obscenely cheap, and I was thinking, well, even if I don't play it, it's only £1. Because I saw you showing that one. Steel Empire. I mean, it's up to you. I'd hate for you to buy it and then not like it as much as I did, but you seem like you want to try and get into the genre, and I think Steel Empire is a fantastic one to really go with. It's got a good difficulty balance too, I think the remake has, because if you turn it onto hard, it does become like quite a strong shooter, like a very fast bullets. What doesn't, but at the same time I won't point fingers or complain about why. Yeah. That's also why, though, I think with people that it is their... I get it with people when it, you know, when it's become their job. I can imagine the pressure and the stress. It's cliche to say, but in my heart of hearts, unless I could have it on my own terms, I don't think I would ever want this to be a job because I think it would kill the joy. If I could click my fingers and have it go exactly the way that I wanted it to, like, and it pay my way through life, then I would be quite happy to. Of course I would, who wouldn't, you know what I mean? But I think the compromises that you would have to make in order to ever be that way, this is presuming you have the ability to, but like, I would hate to have to worry about my game choices paying my rent. That would just fuck with my head. Because I want to play what I want to play, and I'm going to, you know what I mean, and I'm going to play it. Like, I played the Summoner 2 last year, earlier this year, and it probably, I don't think it really went down very well, but I still wanted to finish it, you know? But if it was like actually paying my rent, that would be so stressful. I mean, obviously I could just finish offline, but yeah, I don't know. There's a whole psychology that goes with that. I like it. Obviously, it's great that it can be an aid through my life, but to actually have it be life and death, it would just be, I don't know. Anything that becomes work, it loses a lot of the fun. You need to be big enough that like 2 weeks of your stream pays your rent, so you can do whatever with the other. Yeah, I guess, but the way that algorithms work, those other 2 weeks will bleed into the other two. Do you know what I mean? The algorithm will punish you for being shit those 2 weeks. It's just that you'd just find. I think you'd just find yourself overthinking everything. Wow, you're gonna grand slam in the 9th inning, you bellend. I don't know why I'm even surprised. I don't know why I'm even surprised. This is not the first time, and it won't be the last. That was not me that grand slammed. Might be grand slamming my fist into the coffee table in a minute though. I don't think I'll be playing the Goonies 2 and not worry about the Twitch throwing a fit. Exactly. You're not trapped in game hell like me. Just stick at it for now, Quiggy, and you can ditch it later. Anyway, what are you talking about? Not trapped in game hell. Can you not see my fucking timer counter? I am very much in game hell right now. I've been playing this sodding baseball game for, like, I've literally, the last month of my life has been like 2 weeks of Ride and Trad, a week of Bart vs. the Space Mutants, and 2 weeks of Roger Clemens. I think I'm also suffering. Yeah, sometimes I think I don't like myself. Fuck you, Baltimore. We have to redo that one. No, Raiden, it wasn't a stinker, but it outstayed its welcome. Play ball. But yeah, I've been saying that. That's why I've sort of been saying it for ages. Quiggy, like every time you popped in, I've been trying not to say it, but yeah. The elephant in the room is just keep playing Street Fighter, please. Because I can see it. You know. Street Fighter 6, yeah, Quiggy plays Street Fighter 6, go watch. You know, would you like me to ever raid you, Quiggy? Because I saw you on last night, and I'm looking at you there, and I'm just like, I feel intimidated to raid you when you're in your Street Fighter-ness, because I feel like this busted ass thing falling through the door, like, hey, with my Mega Drive trash. It just feels so like off-brand, but like I just want to support you. I should just get over myself and just do it. But last night I was thumbing through the list like who's online. I was like, oh, Quicky's there, but I was like, but he's with all his Street Fighter friends. He's with all the big boys. My raggedy ass coming in. Last seen playing Roger Clemens baseball. Who died? Oh my god. Well, unfortunately it's the reality, but once you've done the work it won't matter anymore. And there's always Street Fighter 7 around the corner. It'll be like that with all sorts, though. You like fighting games, though? Like, have you ever just tried, like, when you're getting bored? Like, what about doing some Mortal Kombat? Or do you just find that is the only Street Fighter that you can do? Can you actually get into other fighter games? Does the skill set, like, transfer? Be in your 40s. Hey, still possible. I like to think my Tommy Lasorda skill set transferred. Have you also ever thought just like playing somebody else? Because you're still doing Zangief, right? I suppose it's about keeping your positioning in the leagues or whatever it is. Hey, Killer Instinct. You're quite into fighters, aren't you, Runix? It was a good level, but didn't stream any. There's a bit of a crossover, but not telling you. Oh, why not? Just when you want a breather, see how it goes. If you play it anyway, why not just go live? Bit of variety. If it doesn't do well, it doesn't do well. I'm hopeless with fighting games. I like Soul Calibur. Do you like Soul Calibur? Can't you get like really good at that? I'll come and raid them. Then I can be like, oh, Soul Calibur, yes, I know her well. I mean Ivy. Of course you do. Oh shit, where the hell was that ball going? Love Soul Calibur 2. I like 1 and 2 and 3. 4 was where I pieced out, really. It just didn't do it for me. I'd like to give it another go, though. And Soul Calibur 5. Shall I? Maybe I could stream Soul Calibur 5 one time, and we could just... You could motivate me to get back into the series. Taki and Ivy. I like Ivy. There is Soul Calibur, no good at the 3D ones. I like Tekken. Oh, you like just, yeah. Voldo is Bay. I'm trying to think who's my favourite other than Ivy. Oh, Raphael. I like Raphael. I like Killick actually. And I used to be quite good at Zhanghua, I think. Mostly because she just had a couple of combos that I could do. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't necessarily good at anything. I just enjoyed the characters. I like Ivy the best. Squirm. Strangle. Pathetic. No mercy. You know, will you be here when I do Street Fighter quick game? Street Fighter 2. Probably maybe I should just play that soon. I've only done like 2 fighting games. Oh my fucking god. The fuck was that? Are you for real? You'd love to watch me play Street. I wouldn't get too excited. I mostly played Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo, and then a bit of one of them on the Mega Drive. I think M. Bison's on the cover. Look about the shootings ever changed. No, we saw Chicago had red hats. Folder reminds me of Rammstein, the band. Ah! Why wouldn't he go back? I was trying to send him back. I pressed the wrong button. Return the paperboy. It's magnificent. It's the pet. It's the pet of the catcher in this. And its mother is Belle. And he plays the King of Fighter games. I spent a few evenings at Cabaret and found a bunch of elements hanging up to Super Fight so well. Oh, they do! I mean, I'm really sad because I had an arcade and they used to have a big, massive back room. It's not really a back room, it's like a side room, but from the main arcade bit. And they were full of like egrets and all these old arcade units. And it was always busy. There was loads of like middle-aged men playing retro shooters and fighters and stuff. And I wasn't really into those games at the time. And then I started doing Twitch and I started getting into shooters on Twitch. And I thought, oh, I should go back and see what shooters they had, because I didn't even know what most of them were at the time. And I thought, oh, I could play these classic shooters. And I went back and it's gone. It's so sad. I feel like COVID got rid of it. Probably just wasn't profitable anymore. Because I remember it was there before COVID, and then I went after, and I think they sold the space. It was a really big room as well, full of like probably about like 30 retro gaming cabinets. A lot of stuff like they had like Tekken 3 and Soul Calibur and Street Fighter and some like a Capcom beat 'em up. Very sad. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's others. I just know that one. I should probably look, but in fact, maybe I will. I would like to see. I would love to play some of the shooters that I've played recently, like on a real unit. I'd love to play like Don Patchy on a proper arcade unit and see how it is. Spend a fucking fortune as well. Text Street Fighter 4.5, back corner, Street for 2 Turbo. I wouldn't mind even playing a more modern one, like that one that Abby Jams told me about. Alest something. I didn't even realise it wasn't an old game. It was an M2 modern one, I think, but it was an arcade-only one. In part of the Alest series. Saigan or something? I can't remember now. But I wonder if I could find a unit of that and give it a go. Rival Schools? What's that on? I remember the name. Was that on PlayStation? Actually, is that the one that's on Saturn? And it's a little bit expensive these days. Dreamcast, Arcade PS1. Is it 2D or 3D? Project Justice. I don't know anything about all these fighters. I'd say the fighters that I used to play then would be Mega Drive was Mortal Kombat 1, a little bit of 2, an awful lot of 3. Street Fighter 2 Turbo, I think it was. I think it was the one where Chun-Li can't do a projectile, but it has Vega and M. Bison and stuff. But Chun-Li can't do a projectile yet. And I don't think Cammy and people are in it. It was the Mega Drive first Street Fighter one. That's Champion Edition. Maybe it was that then, yeah. I did briefly play a bit of the other one. She got the projectile, yeah. Can't type today. Project Justice. And then what else is on the Mega Drive? One of my friends had Killer Instinct on the SNES. I remember playing a teeny bit of that. Not much, mostly just saw it. The original on SNES. I had the original on SNES. I actually owned that one. My brother had it. I think it came with our SNES. I'm not sure, but I think our SNES was the Street Fighter pack-in. I think it was on the box. The European Street Fighter 2 SNES one. The bundle. Head of the game with DLC. Yeah. Buy a whole new game. And then what else was a fighting game on the Mega Drive? Oh, Eternal Champions. Played loads of Eternal Champions. Again though, I never owned it, but just friends had it. I fucking love Eternal Champions, and I also hate it. It's a very love-hate with that one. Yeah, I love the lore, I love the characters, I love the designs, I love the graphics, but I fucking hate the solo campaign. Eternal Champions was a great two-player game, and it was a shitty one-player game. I wonder if I'll be able to beat Eternal Champions now. Have I played the Sega CD again? No. I have a very bizarre memory of that game. So I had a friend growing up. I was friends with them for a brief time. They were the friend that had Ward now. That's how I played Ward now. They also were the friend that had the Mortal Kombat games. And they had an older brother who had a Sega CD, but it was up in his bedroom, and so he wasn't allowed to play it. It belonged to his brother, and his brother was not very sharing about it. And I remember one time, I think everybody was out of the house, and we snuck up into his brother's room, and were like quietly playing Eternal Champions on the Sega CD. I only got to see it for a very short time, but I remember seeing it and just being like, oh my god, and seeing, because the fatalities were like way more graphic, weren't they? And I remember seeing like one of them and being like, whoa. But then we like quickly turned it off before people came back, and trying to cover up the evidence that we touched the Sega CD. That was the only time I ever saw a Sega CD in my life. Because nobody had Sega CDs in the UK. Quickie, did you ever know anybody in the UK with a Sega CD? I think maybe older people had them, but I think for my age people, they were just too expensive. Nobody's parents would buy them. And I think there was also like a lot of, well, you've got a Mega Drive, and the Mega Drive was still making games. I never saw Sonic CD at the time. My god, I wanted to play that so badly. Is it meant to be really good? What, Sonic CD? I think it's divisive, to be honest. I think the people that played it liked it, and I think the people that don't. I think this is basically how Sonic CD goes. But I mean, you could argue that that's true of a lot of games. I don't personally think it's great. Like Mario 64. Don't know. I feel like Mario 64 is quite liked. This bloody game. I played Mario 64 and I think it's good, but I don't think it's perfect. Yeah, I don't think the level design in CD is very good. I think it's pretty hodgepodge. It just feels very different. The camera's awful in Mario 64. It was bad at the time. Shit. But most 3D was bad at the time. Oh god, did they have to catch up in that fucking end? Do 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 do. I don't think I played anything else on the Mega Drive fighting games wise. Eternal Champions. Primal Rage. Actually, yes. I used to confuse that with Killer Instinct. The names. I did play Primal Rage. I think my friend had it. Part of the Robot? No, I never played Rise of the Robots, thank God. I remember it being advertised to death in magazines though. Don't really remember Primal Rage though. Like some of these games I'd have played like just once or twice at a friend's house that didn't want to play them much. You know, you remember like you had friends, maybe they had a game and they didn't particularly like it, so when you're over they're like, I don't want to play it. But you knew that they had it and you played it like once or twice or something. Because I mean I had like Genoa, but I bet like my friends that grew up as my friend probably didn't really see me play it much or get to play it at mine themselves because it wasn't my go-to. I'd probably play Sonic instead. I also had whoops. It's a novel-length comment about how I was an idiot for not understanding the depth and brilliance. What a Primal Rage. Maybe I'll learn one day. Let's change this fielder. I've played Balls now, and surprise, surprise, Balls was in fact Balls. Oh, wrong base. Oi! Balls 3D was poor. Shit. They're gonna win in the... Oh, thank God. Oh! Oh no! Oh, what the fuck? Oh. Lost because I did a walk. Come on, Seaburger. Tie it up with a home run, please. It's hair pulling, this game is. Hit a fucking home run. Or don't. And we lose. But Baltimore lost as well. Yes. I believe in our Lord and Saviour, Roger Clemens. Baltimore lost. Although if they win the next match and tie with me at the end. Oh my God. I even never could be asked to do another game though. I want to go play something fun now. I'm ready to switch games. Advancing is advancing. Yeah, but like this game, we kind of breeze through a lot of it, and then I've got to these like final. I've done what 2, 3 games tonight. It's insane. Ooh. Come on, Milwaukee. I would like to reach the playoffs tonight at the very least. I'm such a I'll never learn. Like tonight going live. Will this be the end of Roger Clemens? I'm not even close. Every stream is one game further. This game. I can't even finish my sentence before the computer's just like, ahem. Stop! Oh my god. I think I played more fighting games in the PlayStation era. So I played Tekken 1, 2, 3. I played them in reverse order though. I played Tekken 3 first. And then I think I played a lot of Tekken 2. Played Star Wars Masters of Terrace Cassie, whatever it's called. Kasai? Don't know. And an awful lot of that game was sick. Which one? I like this. If it's the Star Wars one, I was just saying yesterday. Yeah, I really like that one, and it gets a real bad rap for being shit. But I mean, maybe it's not good as a fighting game. Like maybe it's not technical and you can't do combos and all that shabam. But as a casual person playing a video game, I had a lot of fun with Star Wars Masters of Terrace Classic. Me and my friend, because we were big Star Wars nuts, and it was just like we could have all these epic fights of like Luke versus Darth Vader. It was fun. It's probably not a very fun, like, in a competitive sense, though. Probably not much to it. But not everything has to be made for the hardcore. Played a lot of Bloody Roar 2. And some of Bloody Roar 1. It's an exciting transition into the playoff. You'll be lucky. Did you need to catch that? Terrace Castle gets a ton of hate, but it's just trendy. It's on par with any other fighting games, and I'll die on that hill. Guess someone that says it's awful to elaborate while they'd be like, probably right. I would say it's a very comfy, mediocre to okay video game. It's not amazing. It's just what it is, but I don't think it's... Like, I don't think it was until much later in life, like YouTube and stuff, that I realised that people, like, consider it a piece of shit. I want to rebuy it, but I just don't know how fun it is, like, as a solo game. Maybe just for nostalgia. Because it came out in Japan. I really want to get Bloody Roar 2 as well. Oh, then I played a lot of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 on the PlayStation. Like that. I like playing Strider. I don't think I knew who he was at the time. Like, I didn't make the connection that it was supposed to be the same Strider from the Mega Drive era because he looks nothing like him. Italian Common Super Moves. Saying it's horrible, I haven't even played it. People just watch videos as well. I mean, there's loads of games I think like that. Like one of the ones that I talk about a lot is Castlevania 64. Castlevania 64 is absolutely nowhere near as bad as people make it out to be. It's not a great game, but it is not the garbage that the internet has decided it is. It's all because it's in that, what is it, Angry Video Game Nerd video? And now it's just considered trash. It's not a trash game. It's a very confused, clunky, average to okay video game that got very good reviews at the time. But the way that the internet tells it now is it's this black sheep mess of a video game. Symphony of the Night was the good Castlevania, and Castlevania 64 was a meme. It's like, well, actually, no. Castlevania 64, I don't know the stats, but it wouldn't surprise me if Castlevania 64 was financially more successful. I think it's probably was reviewed better than Symphony of the Night was at the time. I'm not saying that it's better than Symphony of the Night because it isn't. But at the time, in the lens of 3D is popular right now, I bought Castlevania 64 because it got good reviews. I remember being in the store and thinking about it, and the box had like blurbs from magazines and numbers. It was like an 8 out of 10 game. 86% says blah-de-blah or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It looked like a good action-adventure game. I remember having to buy a memory card for it. And I liked it to a degree. I knew that there was problems with it. The platforming wasn't very good. But that's you know when people say as well, like, oh, the platforming stuff in Castlevania was terrible and the camera was bad. That was pretty much the norm though. I was used to 3D games being crappy in that way. Like Mario had crap platforming. Like, and don't deny it, Mario 64 has some really janky platforming at times because the camera is very uncooperative. I was watching Avuzal play it on Twitch the other day, and I was watching the bit where he has to jump onto the roof of the house to get the star on like the ghost house level or something, and I'm just like, what a... so awful now. Like, the camera's terrible, and he's having to try to guess where he could jump and land. I'm just like, woof. But meanwhile, Castlevania 64 is got garbage platform. I mean, it is much worse in Castlevania, of course, but there's a lot of janky 3D games from that era. You just put up with it. I really like the villa sequence in Castlevania 64 as well. I thought it had good atmosphere. Once the game slowed down and stopped trying to be like platformy and actiony all the time, it was actually quite atmospheric. Ooh. Went all wrong. What else is a game that's considered terrible but isn't? Ooh. Come on. Woo. Oh, you don't. Whoa. Okay. Do 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 do. I think I'd rather have that as a sound thing. Oh, just let me have something. Probably change my picture actually. He's alright. Although 3.77 ain't really great, is it? Let's change. Don't start. Oh my. I literally just changed my picture and you're gonna hit a home run. %, stamina, a lower ERA, and you hit the home run. Where are my home runs? That's what I want to know. Very dry tonight. And last night. Do 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 do. See, Burger ain't doing shit tonight either. And yeah, it works. These crap hits get you places. Oh no, Louis, you can't do nothing. Although actually, does he have a high hit? I keep using Samolski, but Samolski always lets me down. I was about to say, is it his time to change the records of history? Is it buggery? Oh, this is actually creepy. I swear every time I use Samolski, it's the exact same fucking hit and the exact same out. The amount of times it's been like that. Is there some like crazy RNG in this game, like Golden Sun, where you can manipulate results by just going through the same actions in the menus? Because I'm starting to question. Like, you know when you say RNG, but not like just RNG, what is it like? It's not random number generator exactly. Like Golden Sun has this whole thing where if, like when you want to get specific item drops from enemies, like the best sword in the game, you can actually exploit the game's RNG configuration to make it always drop without fail by like going in with like XYZ Jin equipped or something and doing this spell and this attack and this spell on this enemy encounter, and it will force the RNG. Sometimes nothing is actually truly random. And it wouldn't surprise me if Roger Clemens was that piss poor of an engineered game. RAM manipulation, that's it, I think. Yeah, I think that's the word that I'm looking for. Because there's this sword in Golden Sun that's got a very, very low drop rate, but you can force it to happen. As like if you do a specific set order of inputs in the battle against the enemy, it will always spit out the same result. It's like how you got Mew. Oh, is it? Is this me fielding? Oh shit, I totally zoned out there. Wow. We've lost anyway. Missing? No, that's it. The cursed Pokemon. You could walk very specific patterns, trigger certain fights, use certain moves in next one. Yeah. It's like that. But I'm like, is this what's going on here? With poor old Samolski. He never gets his day in the sun. So he's always destined to be out on that hit. Ridiculous. But I'll take it. Come on, Wadner. I don't know who you are really, but make me remember you as the one that won the match. Eh, it's alright. Jay, ready? Are you ready? Oh, what are you doing? Fuck out of here. I'm not even moving. Why aren't you going back? I said go back. Trigger the end credits instead of one of the forest cutscenes. Oh, that's weird. Is that like an overflow? Home run. Come on. Come on. Come on, Seaburger. The best player, the MVP. Yes, Mr. Seaburger, I knew I loved you. He's the one who gets things done. And we win. Boston wins the season. We are through. History has been made. Stay tuned for another edition of Rocket Talk. I'm so tuned right now. Lead-off batters are generally good bunters, occasionally try to bunt for a base hit or to advance a runner from first into scoring position. Here's your password. Boston wins the pennant. They will meet California for the division championship. Division championships, we made it, but not tonight. I think we're done here, don't you? So where's the playoffs? Maybe there are no playoffs because we won. Maybe we don't need playoffs. I'm almost there. Should I keep going? Or should I do it tomorrow? It could be a long 4 games though. It could be a very long 4 games. I think we'll leave it there.